There you go. All right, it's the ID84
That's
show.
paranoia.
We're live here, episode 118. About a month because of oh, that computer went off. We're off for about a month because of the baby was born. Little Henry is in the world.
Yeah, so
yeah, so that's why we
everybody.
haven't been here. So obviously, if you've been following the show on the Insta, on the social media, you know, Adam brought his new boyfriend for the season. We're gonna break the news now tonight, so that when he brings him over for Christmas dinner.
This is my new
Teddy the bear.
This is my new lover right here. Yes.
How awesome would be this if this bear just came to life?
No, it wouldn't be. I'd be
You'd be scared?
I would be. You kidding me? I mean, it'd be fluffy like an Ewok.
I think it would be awesome.
As long as it
I would love if I would love to have. Imagine that four of us, me, you, Eric, and the bear.
We're not tag teaming this thing.
No, not having. Yeah, no. I mean, just like just chilling on a Friday night, just hanging out.
That'd be cool, like Ted, almost
like Ted. Yeah. We get the Christmas tree in the shot.
I'm immediately.
Are you happy we have a real Christmas tree? Because in years past we've had that tacky white crappy Christmas tree.
Yeah, that thing's shit. It's a real one.
I haven't got many needles in this one. Have you?
There's a lot.
But it's normal though. It's like
I don't see anything out here. It looks pretty good.
It's not like it's spreading. The dog's actually been very good with it. They've not been trying to drink the water. Or
Tommy's. Yes.
Yeah, Tommy just kind of
really
gets sexual with the Christmas tree and knocks things off. But so a lot of these presents under the tree, if you're watching, are I like how Eric Peter's legs are in the shot. Tommy's nose.
Some Bible person.
Yeah. Half these boxes are empty. We just wrapped them with gifts, so we're gonna take a picture of Henry in front of him, and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, my first Christmas is it's great." And then someone turned, "Hey Sue, when you come out here, can you do me a favor? Because now the umbrella's
what's up with that?
On Brenda, she's not on camera, so she doesn't need the extra light.
I don't know what's up with that.
I think it was turned. It's okay.
It's a ghost.
Yeah.
The possessed bear.
Merry Christmas. KCG's watching from a couple weeks ago, who's on the show.
Cool.
He's Jewish, so happy Hanukkah.
No, it's cool. It's cool talking to him.
Tonight's the second night of Hanukkah, so we're gonna light a candle or two, I guess, right? But we decided not to because of fire reasons. So
there's enough going on in hand.
So a lot has happened in the last last month, because the last episode we did was about a week before the baby was born. When he was born, Henry was born. Can you turn that like 90 degrees towards us? Yeah, there you go. You can actually don't even have to turn the whole stand. You can just turn the top pot. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, perfect. Because on your mom, she doesn't need the extra light if she doesn't want it. Yeah, that's good. It's helping the camera. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, Henry was born on December 4th. Our last show was the the Monday before that, right? So
yeah, when he was on.
Okay, was that the last one?
That was the last one we did.
I think you might be right. Yeah. So that's it. So it's been a while.
Right, so walk me through this. How was the whole?
So I worked Tuesday. So Monday we did a show.
Yeah.
Tuesday was a regular Tuesday. I went to work. Then I went to work at night, and then she texted me around midnight saying that she's having some contractions. She could be real, could be not real. We don't know. And then by the time I got done with work around 1:30, it was pretty confirmed that they were correct. They were real. So I got home. We kind of, we were measuring because you had to be a certain amount before you can call in.
You guys measured?
Yeah. No, we didn't measure her.
I was gonna say
diameter. Yeah. We calculated the contractions.
You're not down there with a ruler.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, timed them.
I think you're already down there with a ruler.
Yeah. I have the special device you buy. It helps you with.
Yeah.
It was like it's an apple. It wasn't quite an apple yet. So
no,
was like, or a soda can. Jesus, soda can was 8 centimeters.
Oh yeah,
that's
you're giving birth.
And you had to be 10 to have a baby. So put that in perspective for you people out there who haven't seen birth happen in real life. That's another story for another time. But she's in excruciating pain every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting on the chair right there, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to work tomorrow. I think we're going to the hospital in the morning. So we got up. I got about a nap, and then she was like around 6 o'clock. We were like, okay, let's do it. And she called the hospital and was like, yeah, I'm this many minutes apart, yada yada yada. And they're like, all right, well, come on in. So we we had everything pretty much all set. The car seat was good. We had our go bags. We actually packed our go bags on Sunday prior.
Wow, you guys.
So we were
Good,
like,
good.
you know, it was like going to happen. So, yeah. So we went into the hospital and we went into the first, I call it the first round of checkups.
Oh, boy.
So they let us in and then we passed. So we went into the next round of the playoffs. And the next thing you know, we sat there for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't only quite 12 hours. It was 9 o'clock. The baby came out. Henry came out at 6:28. So
yeah,
it was a day at work essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we were, but the greatest part was we had entertainment. My mother.
Oh boy, that is entertaining though.
She was there from about 9:30 to about a half hour. So she went into like regular, like full blown labor, like ready to have this baby, like at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
My mother had just previously left, like 15 minutes before, and by the time the baby came out, my mother had just pulled into the driveway of our house.
Oh wow! So she turned right around.
Well, she got my dad big, and they went for dinner because we had about 2 hours before we could go into recovery.
That's true.
So they grabbed dinner and then they came up to the hospital afterwards. So with my sister and Mr. Beard.
Yeah. What was there a moment I gotta ask when like he's being taken away to have his little schmeckle, you know, circumcised?
Yeah.
It's like, oh man.
Well, it was
you poor thing.
So yeah.
Cut. Oh man.
So it was on the
poor little
second.
guy.
So the second day. So he was born on Wednesday. So that was Thursday, like afternoonish. And I was like, as soon as she was like, "Oh, I'm taking away," I'm like, "Well, how long? Well, how long is he gonna be gone for?" Like, because it's like, who are you?
Yeah.
And then because they tell you in the hospital, you have a pink thing there, and then I'm like, what? Well, I don't know if it was a real nurse or it was a priest.
Well, it's
you can't trust a Catholic priest these days.
And I know you have the option of going with him or not. If you know they can.
They didn't give us the option.
Oh, I had the option.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
When situation happened.
Back in your day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they took him and it was about a half hour. He left. I went to get coffee. I came back. By the time I came back, it was like 5 minutes. He was rolling in. So,
yeah.
But the poor little guy.
I know it's like, there's a reason why you don't remember it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
We all technically went through it.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, I mean, we all been chafed down there before, like from like playing basketball or football. You haven't over there, Mister. I don't know what I'm calling you. Double back. Have you never been chased before? Double back.
Well, just say we've all had. Everybody has had. Every male has had situations down there that are uncomfortable.
It's been like a chafing.
Right?
You know what I mean? So you got to like maintain it. Well, it's not the same, but it's like the healing process. You got to give it time. You can't like
anything down there is extremely sensitive.
Yeah,
let's put it that way.
It takes time to heal, and it has to like scab over. And then
and there's like that bandage they wrap around it. Like it looks like a corn dog.
It was very like I felt bad because it's like obviously this is very uncomfortable for you because it would be uncomfortable for you and I. I just don't know how the Jews do it when they're like 13 years old.
That's an urban legend, man.
What the Jews doing at 13?
Yeah.
Why? When they do it?
They actually, I think.
Well, they have the brisk.
Yeah, I think they do it then.
But what happens if you're like say you were converting?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't know about that.
I think that's when you do when you're older, right?
I don't know. I'm thinking now because we're so liberal now. Yeah. I think maybe they get around that.
Would you ever say you weren't? Would you? Like, say, like, how about this scenario?
Ooh, it would take a lot, man.
You're your age, 36, right? And you met a girl.
Okay.
And you weren't.
Okay. And
but her religion require you to jump on board to their bandwagon. But the one caveat was that you had to conform to their how they were dressed, if you will.
Okay.
So you're 36 years old.
I always say whenever people do something, I call them full of shit because I believe everybody's got a price.
There's a price.
Ridiculous.
I mean, she's like,
might be a ridiculous
she's
price.
Cindy Crawford in her prime.
An unrealistic price, but everybody has a price. It's somewhere. It's in the stratosphere. Yes. It's low. It's somewhere. The price for that is pretty damn unrealistic. Yeah, because I don't know. Because I feel like if you loved me enough, I wouldn't have to go through something as atrocious as that because you would defend me.
It's not so much her, it's like her parents even liking you. You got to deal with them for a while.
Well, she should be willing to defend me.
I know, but maybe she's one of those girls who you can't do that. Maybe she's a Jap, a Jewish American princess.
Means maybe thinks she's like a sadist and she would enjoy me getting pain.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? That's weird. I don't know.
I agree with what you're saying. I mean, there's a price for everything, but I guess at the end of the day, there's a push come to shove, marriage or not. How about her dad owned Ford Motor Company, and you are in line for the trustee? But you cannot get any of the money or even take over the company unless you conform to their religious belief, whether you believed it or not. But the caveat was you had to address the situation.
Well, you're going to be numbing me down there probably, so yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah,
all right, sure. All right, we'll do it. All right, cool. Yep. All right.
I mean, it's just more healthy that way.
It is healthy too.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the way I was trying to put it, like religious beliefs out the door. I'm like, it's more of a hygiene issue.
Yeah, but at that age, when you're more aware, I think it's more like psychological.
Yeah, he won't know.
Just the thought of it.
He won't remember it. No,
he won't. But like as an older person, in my scenario, if that was
yes, you would remember.
Like her, because let's face it, the amount of drugs they have that can numb me up. But like the psychological damage,
you get like psychological. Yeah.
Like I think it would be pretty crippling.
Well, because you're staring at one thing for all your life, and then next thing you know, it doesn't look the same anymore.
Yeah, it's like the shell off a turtle's gone. It's like, what is going on here? Like,
it's like when you trim a cigar after you're about to smoke it.
Yeah, it's like, what is going on? I don't know.
It's very painful.
But yeah.
So our friend Tim Tracker had the kid between us and the last show we had.
Yes.
And they were off, so it was very weird. So I go to Social Blade and I was tracking their. So they hadn't put a video on for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So they were kind of laying low, whereas me and Sue coming out every week because we knew that we were gonna have like a downtime for our weekly videos. So we kept having videos coming every week. They had not, and their Social Blade like rankings like plummeted because of views, because people watch them, like say people watch these episodes once and that's it. No one's going back for like a second, maybe a few of them, but not all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were very fascinated about that, and then they finally released their child 7 days before little Henry. Damn. So in 30 years from now, these two kids could be going in YouTube wars against each other. You know.
Yeah, by then it'll be something else though.
Probably would
like
be
Me Too or something like that.
Well, I told my mother half kiddingly the other day I was going to join the Space Force, and she goes, "Well, if you have a family now, you can't be doing stuff like that." Like she thought I was for real.
Yeah.
Like I was going to go and recruit myself to the Space Force.
Oh man. Yeah, your mother would believe something.
Would you join the Space Force? Like, who are you going to fight out there?
What are the benefits?
You know what I mean? That's true.
Like I said, everyone's got a price, man. I want to hear it.
So
give me that pitch.
Then it's going to be great in 20 years. Or maybe in 30 years, Top Gun 3, Space Force.
No, we got to end it too, man. We got to end it too.
Tom Cruise is going to be 80 years old flying a spaceship, and he's still going to look exactly the same as he did in 1985. Oh, God, are you looking forward to Top Gun 2?
I'm curious, but it's going to be.
I'm very curious.
I'm curious, but I don't have high hopes. Man.
Yeah, I'm going into that movie disappointed.
Yeah,
because it's tough to redo that movie. I understand the concept is now Tom Cruise is teaching Goose's child,
but it looks the same. That's the thing. It looks like there's a beach scene of volleyball.
There is, but they're playing. But they're not playing topless volleyball. They're playing like football on the beach instead. It's a little more manly, I guess.
I only hope he dies while training them, and he's part of an example, so they can't make a 3.
Well, do you think they kill off Goose's kid?
I don't. Oh, maybe Val Kilmer though. Oh, he's in it.
Val Kilmer's in it.
Yeah,
really?
he's in it. I don't know how. I don't know his capacity role, but I know
he was what, Iceman?
Yeah, but he looks pretty bad now.
Kill off ice. Yeah,
he had cancer. He got fat, and then he had cancer, and then all this shit.
He did gay porn before his career started off too. So
man,
Val Kilmer, huh? He hasn't done anything since Batman, has he? Has he been
I
anything?
Have to really think about that.
I mean, I haven't.
He did The Saint, but I don't know if that was before. But he hasn't done anything since like early 2000s.
It's like Dean Cain. What's Dean Cain?
I actually, when I was doing some stupid promotional thing for some stupid movie that never came out, I was actually next to Dean Cain's booth. That goes to show how low Dean Cain
was at
sank
Comic-Con?
when I am next to him at the booth I'm at. And his manager looks like Richard Dreyfuss and treats him like he thinks he's George Clooney.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Dean Cain, I thought was going to be a rising star when he did that Superman show.
Yeah.
What was that called? Lois and Clark. Yeah. And had that chick, what's her face, who ended up marrying
Terry Hatcher?
Yeah. Didn't she marry Terry Bradshaw?
What? Terry Hatcher reminds of Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, maybe I got the Terrys mixed up.
I think you did.
No, they weren't married?
I don't think so.
What'd she do? Anything?
I don't know. Oh, she was in a Bond movie.
Yeah,
she made it in a
Housewives?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. I get Housewives and Terry Bradshaw mixed up all the time.
She wasn't a Bond
movie? Yeah, she was. That's right.
Oh.
Big teddy bear. So, do you want to hear the story about the teddy bear?
Yes, I would love to hear the story about the teddy bear.
So,
my pain.
So we bought the Christmas tree the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and we're in Home Depot buying the Christmas tree, and we came across it was Black Friday. We came across this bear, and Sue was like, "Should we get it?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's big." I'm like, and I'm like, "It's like it was only $30," and I'm like, "It'd be cool having this room, but we didn't have the room. We obviously not moving to the house for another month, and we're like, I don't know, it might just get in the way." So we said no. And then the next day, we got home that day, and we're like, "Oh, we should have bought that bear." I'm like, "That's kind of cool." When I was a kid, I had a bear this big.
What happened to it?
My mother ended up throwing it off.
Yeah, it became regrettable probably in about 5 years.
Well, you understand. If you ever see my parents' house,
drilled a hole.
My parents' house. Are you kidding me?
It is big enough. It's human size. When you're old,
you could, but when I'm 6-month-old
bouncing up and down on your lap.
I'm not having sex with an inflatable bear.
I'm sorry.
It was a gorilla. My uncle and aunt bought me
a gorilla.
Oh
well.
So I go, that would be kind of cool to have in this, but we didn't have a room for him. So we immediately regretted not buying it. So we came home, and then she went to Home Depot the next day to buy more Christmas lights because I underestimated how many Christmas lights we needed for the Christmas tree. I got one thing. We needed really two. And I go, well, if the bear's there, I go, get it. I go, why not, right? So it was gone. They were sold out. It was a hot commodity, right? So she's in Stop and Shop last week, and sure enough, one bear is left sitting there in an aisle of Stop and Shop, and Marty keeps looking at it. Marty, the robot, the one that's Stop and Shop.
Yeah, stupid thing to identify spills.
Yes, he was. Yeah, identify spills.
Doesn't do anything about him.
Yeah,
it says it's a spill.
Was having, was staring down Mr. Teddy over here, so Sue rescued him and got Mr. Teddy. Okay. Last one. And then my friend, the Monacos, the ones with the kids, actually bought the same exact bear for their kids too. So
well. Its price point was good.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of purchase you make that's going to be regrettable at some point because it's going to take up space.
Well, it's going to be he's a good size room. His room's about the size of the kitchen, so it's going to sit in the corner.
I'm going to use it for a prop. It's definitely going to be a prop.
Well, how about this? I like your idea. Should we one day try to use the carpool lane with Teddy in there?
I say use the body of it, but put a human head mask over here to look like a human with a wig.
Yeah.
Because it's just a teddy bear is going to stick out.
I should do it on April Fool's Day.
Maybe.
Yeah, on April Fool's Day, the cop might laugh, and I pull in, and if he stops me, I'll just look at him and be like,
the purchase was made for one day out of 365 days a year.
You're saying I can't use them on the high occupancy vehicle lane? And he's going to be like, no. I'm like, all right, then. Have a nice day, officer. It'd be fun if you booked me and threw me in the back of the cruiser.
Well, that's a little extreme, but you never know.
It would be extreme.
Some rookie is trying to make a
fucking stick.
My God.
You know what? We've been live for how long so far?
17
20 minutes, so almost 20 minutes, and no Alex Walls.
It's the holiday season, man.
It's the holiday season. So doop did do
Eve of Christmas
Dickory
Eve,
Dock.
Man.
Tell the cop to Phil Planks.
I don't know what that is, but I'll roll with it.
Yeah. All right. So you had some injuries in the last few weeks.
I had some really weird injuries. So my middle finger just swelled to the size of a toe.
From what happened?
I jammed. Well, the thing is, I jammed it. It was already kind of sore. You ever like pick at your nail and get some like corner fringe that like connects down here?
Yeah, and it kind of gets like a hangnail. But
So that happened. It was already kind of tender there, and then I jammed it in a clamp light when I was doing. So that made it worse.
What?
Big word. Maybe I'll go with it. Yeah, it hurt, and then I jammed it also in a clamp light, so it was kind of a double dose of pain.
That's gonna be
very uncomfortable. And then a couple days later, the thing just popped like a tick, and it got like really big. And you saw the photo I sent you.
Oh,
so I went to the doctor, and it was just swollen. I was taking Advil just to go to sleep because the pain was.
Was it really that bad? Really?
Swollen.
Yeah.
The coloration wasn't getting worse, but the Let me see, man.
I don't care.
Okay, I don't care.
Well, I had the same thing because I bite my nails. It's an infection down in your
cuticle.
And it's you. I'm showing him. I don't care about anybody else.
So,
but I would wash the bar. I would wash the bar, right? I go like this. And just
painful as hell. So it wouldn't. The coloration was okay, but the swelling wasn't going down. So.
What happens when you're in the shower? You just take some nail clippers. Like the side of your cuticle.
Not quite sure what just happened.
Oh, well, so that's what started to happen. But so I went to the doctor anyway because it wasn't getting worse, but it wasn't getting better. But it was pretty, like I said, the photo was like a toe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "This is gonna hurt," and I'm like, "Why?"
So you went to the doctors for it, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Really?
Well, because I was worried about infection. That's
I
the thing.
guess
like,
so. Yeah.
And they did. They gave me antibiotics as preventative.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Right. So what they ended up doing, like, listen, we're not, because your fingers are composed of all nerves.
True.
Right.
Yeah,
so a lot of nerve endings here, and it's already inflamed. And I guess the anesthetic they use causes a mild burn. So they were worried that would hurt worse than the procedure.
Okay.
Right. So what they did was took a scalpel thing, slit open part of the cuticle, slit open part of the cuticle up here and then pushed. And And my doctor's like, scream. If you got, just scream if you have to. And I did. I'm glad there were no children. Exactly. It was hell for like maybe like 30 seconds. And then after that, it immediately felt better.
And how did you get to this point again?
Infection.
No, but like, how did it get? Like, what did you do to
combination? I think of like that nail fringe, like an ingrown nail, and jamming it in a clamp light.
I get you. Okay, so the clamp light did the damage. Yeah, and it was already kind of.
It was both.
Yeah,
it was both.
I have the same with my toenails. I bite my toenails all the time. I'm like an animal.
And it was actually kind of emotionally damaging, and they put me on antibiotics to.
Emotionally damaging?
A little bit, dude. Like I screamed, man. It was pain. Okay, for. Dude, there's
a woman in this room that had birth.
I know. I'm not saying I compete with a birth here, but like I've had stitches, I've had breaks, I've had fractures, and I will say, yeah, it is. It is this is one of the most painful in a doctor's office that I have ever experienced in my life. When he's like, when your doctor tells you this is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like, oh shit.
Oh God.
You know.
Yeah. There's more noises.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to compete with a freaking pregnancy here. I mean, there's no
she had no pain.
Comparison.
Well, there was no pain for her.
She's all drugged up.
The baby just slid out like a slip and slide, and next thing you know, it was like, hello world. So he had a conversation with me, so it was weird. We'll get back to that afterwards.
And then last week, so that was the finger. Then last week,
then you had
I had a saliva stone.
Never heard of a saliva stone.
Yeah, you have kidney stones, you have gallstones. There's something called a saliva stone, which I had to pass through the ball of my tongue, which your saliva gland could get clogged. It's the same thing. You know, the little thing under your tongue.
Yeah. I think that hurts when you.
I don't have
the little, the little under your tongue, right? So that's I was eating, and that thing would swell.
Oh my God!
And it was uncomfortable, and I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" So almost a week passed. I go to my doctor. This is like this white thing on the tip of the ball of my tongue, right? You've been sticking your finger in tongue. Yeah, you're the first person to say that. Oh, very clever. So yeah, it's so clever. How many people have told me
my mother-in-law's in the room?
So I went to the doctor again, and he's like, "Yeah, you'll be fine." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, it's not like I'm just running to you. This has been hurting for like a week now. And he's like, "Yeah, these things sort themselves out."
Yeah. Was it
all right?
And it hurt?
So,
like, what did it feel like?
Every time I ate, it would inflame under my tongue. That ball under my tongue would inflame.
God. Yeah.
And then so I go home, and like that night, all of a sudden I felt like a deep pinch. And then I was like, all of a sudden I felt instantly better. And I actually have a photo of it.
Didn't you know enough not to, after watching that John Travolta movie, not to drink Woburn water?
I know, right?
Jesus.
But it totally.
Those tanneries just dumping chemicals into the river.
That's what popped out of my tongue.
Oh my God. It looks like, is it gold?
I know, right? Like
that. Piece of gold.
That's what popped out of the ball of my tongue.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
It looks like a BB, yeah.
But like it was swelling under my chin.
Yeah.
Right here. Because the saliva, like the pores and like my saliva gland was clogged.
And what caused
it? Just eventually popped out.
Did they know what caused it?
Well, I have a photo right here. No, I felt like a pinch, and then I was like, "What the hell just happened? What now?"
Did they say what caused it?
And there's like this little white thing. They don't know.
Really?
It's fine. They can't cure.
I've never heard of that.
They can't cure the common cold, and they have no idea what caused it. They said, "Well, they think maybe the antibiotics I was on for my finger might have something to do with it."
Oh my God!
Or they said like my diet lately, I kind of changed my diet around for more protein and less and I haven't been eating as much because I've been busy at work.
Yeah.
So they thought maybe that could be it too.
Could be.
There's really no known cause. They know that's
Interesting.
for it, but it is calcium. It's the same thing as a gallstone.
Yeah.
And it's no real problem, but all these little stupid things have been cropping up the last couple of weeks.
Well, that's fascinating, huh? Well, I mean, at least they're not like cancer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're just annoyances that cost me. It's annoying when you go in. It's like, that you'll be fine. That's $25.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but for the peace of mind, maybe it's worth it.
Did they give you a test like Doubleback was advertising? His results came back and were in DC a couple months ago.
You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, story. Yeah.
I got bit by a spider.
Got bit by a spider.
I had like what do they call that shit?
Melanoma?
No,
that's
skin cancer, isn't it?
What you get when you get bit by a spider? It's called.
Yeah, it's like a rash.
I know somebody that used to work for almost a month because of that. That's no joke. That could turn into something.
Well,
I told my mother to take me to the hospital.
A freaking spider.
Yeah, spiders. Well, I know a guy when I worked at Finish Line.
The doctor was like, I don't see them. Like Thursday,
yeah.
I got bit by something. My father put cortisone on it. There's nothing there. I go, I'm telling you what happened.
When
Check me for mouth gonorrhea.
when I worked at Finish Line, our boxes of sneakers coming from Taiwan or Hong Kong or China or all that stuff because they're made over there, and we get the direct boxes. They don't open them before they come to Saugus, Massachusetts. They came off a freight trip, a freight ship to LA, and then on a UPS truck all the way to Boston.
That's comforting.
So one of our managers opened up a bunch of new Nikes.
Taiwan Nikes?
Something like that, yeah. And all of a sudden, he wasn't paying attention. A spider came out of the box and bit him. And he's like, Jesus Christ, we killed the spider. He went to the doctors. Literally, it was about that big on his arm. It was this rare Chinese Asian spider that was poisonous, that actually put venom in him. That if he didn't go to the hospital that day, he probably would have lost his leg.
At least he was smart enough to go.
Well, it looked like a mosquito bite and just started swelling, and he said it started hurting. Like it was causing nerve pain in his leg. Yeah. So he went to the doctors and they had to scalpel out he had a scar there. Oh. And I'm like, so every time I was opening boxes at this point, I was like,
yeah, I know, right?
Sure?
That's gonna that sucks.
Oh yeah. That's why they call him Eric Danger Powers. So we got a Christmas. So it's second day of Hanukkah to our Jewish friends.
Yes.
When's Kwanzaa? Is that tomorrow? Or is it today? When is Kwanzaa?
I don't even know anymore.
I know that Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. That's the Canadian holiday, an English holiday, which it was. Do you know where Boxing Day came from? Before I tell everyone,
I do not know. Actually.
Boxing Day was a day that the British came up with. That the day after Christmas, they would box up all the leftovers and give it to the homeless.
Okay. And
then Canada obviously adopted it because they follow on the British rule and whatever. And so if you have leftovers, I would suggest on the 26th, also my aunt's birthday, to go and box up some food.
Your leftovers.
I do have to give a shout out today. Little Sakani is 19, my little cousin.
Aw, little cousin, 19. She's
19. He's the second. He's the second youngest cousin we have.
That's an adult.
He was an adult. Yeah, he hung out with me and Stu last year during the Super Bowl. We bar hopped Atlanta a few times during that time.
The name sounds
it was fake ID.
Nice.
But the second youngest cousin, 19 years old today. Big show. He was on our show. My grandfather passed away in 14. So 5 years ago, he was that 15? I can't do math. 14.
You can do math. What 14. Are you talking about? You're the math guy in this group.
15.
What are you talking about?
5 years ago, if he's 19, he was 14.
Yeah, 14. 19 minus 5.
But it was before. Yeah.
You said he was 19.
He's 19.
Minus 5.
Minus 5.
We're debating math.
So he was 13.
You can't debate math.
So he was 13, yeah.
Okay.
Did you know that is the second most downloaded show, the episode him and his brother are on? Do you know what the number one episode downloaded show is?
I know what it is.
You know what it is.
Yeah, I do know what it is. It's that awkward kid you took for lunch.
Do you remember? No, you were with us, remember?
Yeah.
Remember when we did Sundays at WMF?
But I know who he is.
We had this kid we met on Craigslist to come, and he was supposed to cut all the audio for us. But then when we met us at Tavern on the Square for breakfast, for brunch.
You guys got him brunch.
And we bought him brunch.
So excited.
So he sat there and he was eating with us and he was talking and he was like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, all you need us to do is we'll give you the file and then just cut it up and then post it and do all the editing first.
Yeah, you got awkward.
So we bought him. We brought him lunch.
We bought him brunch.
Breakfast, and we all went up to the studio. Remember?
Yeah.
And we sat there, and all of a sudden it was like a 180-degree turn. He started going to this dock, like. Yeah. It was because I remember the four of us were sitting outside. It was a nice day. It had to be like April, May. We were sitting outside on Mass Ave, enjoying our brunch. And he was eating like it was going out of style, too. Like, you never got fed before.
He was a college kid. He's poor.
And then all I remember is him going up to the studio, and then he had these like crazy stories he was telling us about. And then like we're like, okay. And then he was like, yeah, I really don't know how to edit. And I'm like, what?
I don't remember that part.
Well, but then remember the next week we were like, oh. Who? Crespo? Yeah, it was weird. And then remember the next week he was like, sorry, can't make it to the show.
Yeah, I remember him feeling very uncomfortable, and I think it was because we saw him as like smelling new blood. Like, let's test this guy. So we kind of like was asking him like really deranged, deprived questions.
Yeah.
And I think it made him uncomfortable and he couldn't handle it. I think that's what happened.
Well, not as uncomfortable as the guy who left the show.
Because of me? Because the Jack's Joke Shop guy? What are we playing now? Yeah. I was playing. I know that
we were
that
playing. What were we playing? What game was
So
it?
I got my cherry posh. We were playing Urban Legend. That was like the day I popped my
Urban
cherry.
Dictionary.
Yeah, that was like the first guy I ever made walk out.
Yes, he
very-
sat there
yeah.
and he go, "I'm just gonna go outside. Let me know when I'm gonna come on." in 20
Yeah, he
minutes."
couldn't handle it. He felt
And then,
offended.
then he sang a song for 20 minutes about Jack Joke Shop.
All I
He used to be-
remember, I was trying not to lose it. I'm looking at you, and we're looking at each other, and there was almost like the force, like telepathy going on, like trying not to lose it. Like I knew exactly what you were thinking.
the
And
third person
man.
in the history of this program trilogy that has walked out.
Well, I am.
And I'm proud of you. You got something to walk out.
Thank you,
I
I
got something to
appreciate
walk out. Eric's got something to walk out.
It's-
You've got something. Who walked out? You. We've had.
Probably a woman.
It was. Remember we had the models come on that were underage. I mean, they weren't naked. I correct myself. They weren't underage.
Yeah, let's not.
Do you remember? Yeah, there was this guy who came in with his models, and they didn't realize what kind of show they were like teenagers, and they were like, we're like, oh, and he's like, I got these models for your show, and then like, we know what kind of show we're doing, and then he brought these like 16 and 17-year-old girls up, and then he was like, come on, get in your underwear, get into your pants, and we're like, no, wait, what's going on
They're
here?
not naked. It's
No, but it was like weird, and they got weird, and they left, and he were like,
wow, that's a little weird.
yeah, it was. And then we had the Avery, not Avery, who the hell was that girl that walked out when we were in we were on the over in the South End, that station. She walked out because we were just offending her.
Not the cease and desist girl.
No, that was another girl. And then we had these comedians with me and you call up the station to try to get us kicked off before we went on the air.
Well, I don't feel bad for these people because it's like you should know what you're walking into. Like if you don't want to go, fine, but at least listen to a few.
My
episodes
number
before you
one
come
thing
in.
was when I had people come on the show is here's a link to all our shows. Take a listen and get an idea of what we talk about and then have an idea. Otherwise, if you don't, then it's on you for the smack in the head you're going to get when you walk in the door. Because who knows? We could be talking about flowers and how beautiful they are. Yeah. And we could be talking about some horrific shit. So it's like...
Well, I mean, that's why I never felt offended. Like when that guy walked out, I didn't feel offended.
I mean, I met you on Craigslist. I mean,
you love bringing this up
because it's true. Because it's hilarious.
It is true.
How many people have been on Craigslist and been friends this long?
I could totally push this as an artifact because you've thrown so many artifacts out there that I could just be like, no, it's an artifact.
I can't tell you, you're the only friend I've been on Craigslist.
But it's true. You have a good friend.
You're the only person I've ever invited to my house that I met on Craigslist.
It's true. Well, I would like to think of one of your core friends.
I mean,
I'm not just a person you met.
Eric is almost Craigslist. I mean, I met him in a bar working one night.
It's true. You never know. I mean,
you know, I met Eric at the same bar I met my wife.
Aww.
How's that for coincidental?
I don't remember my toast from a year ago.
I tell you.
You mean the one where you're looking at your phone? You're like, oh, I lost all over the place.
I deleted my.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Yes,
That's what I got out of it.
Yes,
and you don't even remember now.
You don't even remember. So the way you stated it.
I said this all goes back to that one day.
Yeah.
Life was going to change forever. It's enough about us. Let's talk about Suze. That's all I said.
No, in your head, that's what you said.
That's not what you said. What you said was about Sue. That you.
It was like, and then I was disappointed. I didn't hear from her the next. It was like something like that. Like it was.
Yes.
It was.
Ellen was telling me she was looking at it, checking me out, but she was saying that's Eric.
The way you made it was that Sue was.
I think you phrased it a way that was
yes,
like that.
and
buddy.
everyone in the place was like.
Maybe it's because but that was what it was supposed to be. Ellen was like.
It was a perfect Eric Powers moment.
It was. It was all about him.
No, but.
I'm like, now that's why.
It was a misphrased cue. Everyone was like.
I think Ellen was over before I got it.
Maybe.
No, Ellen was even like.
Then Eric just said he had a chance of Sue.
No.
Then she goes, "Was Eric dating Susan before?"
I'll have to hear this.
Oh, it's on video. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
The best part of the wedding, since it's been over a year now, it's been a week,
That's right.
was picture taking, right? So I had to go meet her for the pictures. So all the boys are in the clubhouse just constantly. Todd brought too much alcohol for these boys to handle at this point. And my brother-in-law comes up, and he's pretty sauced. And he comes up with a cup of hot tea for my sister. My sister's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
And then I told calm down. He's like, shut up, Eric.
She's like, I brought you tea in case you need it. He's like, how am I supposed to hold tea during pitches? What's wrong with you? Are you drunk? And he just says this like looking like a deer in headlights look like, no.
Which cousin is this? Which one is it?
No, this is my brother-in-law.
Oh, that's your cousin. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, my cousins are a different story.
Yeah.
My cousin Ryan, we're all starving, and then he goes down and gets pastries. He gets us all these like high like pastries. I was on diabetes that night. I hadn't eaten anything all day. I had been chopped down like 3 cupcakes.
The one that was there that got like red face, I was worried about pass was Ricky. The Reds, is his name Ricky? What's his name? The one we went to the Revs game with.
Ricky. Yes.
Yeah, Ricky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I was worried about him. I was like, he's standing, his face like got swollen red.
Oh, when he drinks, I think he's allergic to like some type of alcohol that he gets like beat like Irish faced red.
Yeah, he was like
big
standing
time.
there, and I'm like watching him, and I'm like, oh my god, is someone have to run over to CPR on that kid?
That was
I was actually legitimately worried.
That was an interesting night. We're going to the Rev games though.
That was fun. That was fine. It was it's like the most boring game in history.
My favorite was when he was smoking in the elevator going upstairs.
Dude, that was I wanted to smack him.
We walked into the lobby to go up to the upper level of Gillette, and he's sitting there, lights up a cigarette, and starts smoking.
I wanted to smack him. I was like, and there was somebody else in the elevator too. It wasn't just us three. There was like a couple. And
Smoking in an elevator in the 80s.
exactly, and it's like you couldn't wait like 2 minutes to get out of the elevator.
I mean, granted, it was a Revs game.
True,
So it was
but,
a lot of people there.
You couldn't wait like 2
We
minutes.
ended up going seeing you afterwards. We ended up.
Yeah.
There was well, at least we got that on our bucket list. We went to a Revs game.
Hooking up with Ricky, and I'm like, dude, that's my fucking brother.
No, okay, that's being exaggerated.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's exaggerated. I made one comment, not multiple, and then
I probably hit the one with feeling in it too, didn't I?
We got a
let's
lot
watch
of.
this.
I'm not good.
So, double back, old friend of the show, bought the dogs a Michelin tire,
Did I hurt you?
Yes, the dogs have a Michelin tire.
and it's indestructible at this point.
Well, she didn't move.
They'll rip it apart eventually. They'll find a way.
They'll eventually figure out a way to kill it.
You're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But you said the animals.
So the animals are doing good with the baby.
Yeah, that's good. They're being protective, and they're this because
So-
they recognize you guys are alpha. and
Nola,
you know.
if anyone touches the baby, Nola is like literally by your leg, making
Good.
sure it's okay.
Yeah.
And then when the baby cries, Tommy will cry along with the baby, and the two of them just look at each other and just.
No, that's good.
Because I think Tommy doesn't understand what the baby's saying, and he gets nervous, so he starts crying too. Because I don't know.
No, that's good because that means the
I don't think
dogs-
Nola has slept in 3 weeks.
Oh.
She literally, we look at the camera that's up there at that door, and like when the baby cries in the middle of the night, we'll look at the camera, and Nola's standing at the door, looking at the door.
Yeah.
And Tommy's typically like
Yeah.
here, staring
They're
at
like
us.
literally
They-
on Paw
yeah,
Patrol.
They recognize you guys are alpha.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good sign.
And we have the baby in that little gizmo we get over there, laying up, and they'll just walk up and sniff his foot. The most they do is lick his bottom of his foot.
so
I mean,
if I took like even a step inside your doorway, would Nola react?
she'd probably follow you in. If you were fine, you'd be good. But if you like,
Yeah, no. Even if I just took a step, and I don't go
yeah,
all the way
you'd
in,
be
if I
fine.
took a
I
step,
think
yeah.
he
No,
would.
I know it'd be fine, but would she get up? Would she pay
Yeah,
attention?
she would follow you. Yeah.
She'd be under your feet.
We'll test this later. I want to see.
She'd
I'm
be
just gonna
next to
take,
you.
I'll take one step into that doorway and see what happens.
She'll make sure you're approved.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
But then you'll be cool. Then she'd be like, all right,
All right,
and she'll
cool.
just let you be.
Yeah.
You know,
Just give you a look, like get the
Yeah.
nod. Gotta get the nod.
she's kind of like you know.
No, that's awesome.
But he's been sleeping the entire time of the show. This kid could sleep through the first night we had him home, Eric walked in the door like a tornado. He
You
was
get peed on? You get peed on yet? Yeah, probably.
Sue just got peed on about
Yep.
an hour and a half ago.
It's gonna happen.
And I go, she's getting the diaper out. I'm like, oh my god, and there he is just laughing if his legs and hands flying in the air.
Yeah.
Like he knows. We just literally took his diaper off. So what I've been doing, what happened? Nice. You're gonna win another game. So what I've been doing is I've been wiping him and then putting his little wipey thing over his thing
That was a little schmeckle.
to kind of keep it like contained. So if he does go, it's not gonna be a.
Some bounce back. A little
He
bit.
actually peed on Nola a couple weeks ago.
Ah.
Nola was up by our feet while we were changing him,
Mm.
and he shot one over the changing table onto the floor. And Nola was sitting there, got on her face, and she walked out. She was
Marking territory.
yeah, he's got quite the stream.
Nice.
We had a couple blowouts already with the diaper.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Very horrific.
Yep.
Yesterday, it looked like someone dropped him into a bowl of guacamole.
Oh god.
It was all the way up his
Frank
back.
guacamole.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
It was just like I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is horrific.
Yeah.
But the kid only cries for 2 reasons: he shit his pants,
Hungry.
or he's starving.
Yeah.
And like he'll sleep, nothing bothers him, nothing.
Yeah.
But when he's hungry, He'll let you know.
And he doesn't need like fancy formula. He's not.
We do
like,
formula. Yeah, we just we have a
No, but he's not. You know, when
like
you're
allergic.
to milk,
Yeah, no, yeah.
Good. You
3
don't need,
nothing?
like, the fancy kind of formula.
Nice.
You know, you don't need the. I was allergic to milk growing up.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I'm not now, but like as a baby, I had to have like the soy one, the fancy one, because
Really?
I would cry and it would affect my internal organs and stuff.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. We have like a Keurig machine for formula.
Are you serious?
So you is a hopper that you pour the powder onto the top, and then you pour the water into the back, and you hit one button, and it makes a bottle of formula in literally 3 seconds.
In 5 years, you're gonna find out it's cancerous.
No,
Everything these days is like,
and it heats it to the temperature you want it to be. So no more days of mixing it up, stirring it up, running on hot water, dropping. This will give you room temperature to a little bit warm to just regular temperature.
That's pretty genius.
It is literally in the middle of the night. You can wander out here, and then hit the button, make the formula, and we'll be back in the room within 30 seconds.
Wow.
It's amazing.
I
don't know how people did it in the old days.
I'm always cautious, stuff like that.
You know what? Yeah, and you had to dip it in, shake it up, and everything. Yeah,
But I'm worried when I see things like that. I'm always thinking like that's gonna be cancerous someday.
Well, I mean, it's something cancerous about it.
There is. I don't know. It's a Keurig thing. It's in like a thing.
Just heats
I don't
the
know.
water. Yeah.
I know it does. I know it's probably fine. It's probably, but like I think of when we were kids. Like the Flintstones vitamins, the chalky ones.
Was that?
It's a Keurig thing. It's like
no, but
that.
it's basically it's a hopper on there, like you do like with like powdered like coffee, and it just like it's a spinner that just drops it in and measures it perfectly.
But did you take the Flintstones vitamins when we were kids? The chalky ones, not the ones that are out now.
The chalky ones. Why? Those are bad for you?
The ones that are out now are gummy or fine. Yes, the ones we took.
Yeah.
Turns out there's like pigments in that contain like mercury and like textile stuff.
Get out of here! Really?
No, look it up. They were horrible for us.
Do you know? My mother caught me one day eating. Because my sister had to take them because she had like low iron. She was anemic when she was younger.
Yeah.
So the doctor was like, go on these like vitamins. So she wouldn't eat regular vitamins. So I had to do the Flintstones. So one day I was starving. So my mother caught me in the living room with like I poured them out into a bowl and I was eating them, watching TV like they were candy.
They were
like,
good.
And she's like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? So she calls like poison control.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, he's just gonna piss it out. Like it's just gonna be like pee all the vitamins and stuff like this. But I ate a whole bottle of Flintstone vitamins.
They always take one a day because they were
Dude,
good for us. They were
delicious.
good for us.
Delicious.
But it turns out,
So they have
extremely
mercury in them?
cancerous. Yeah.
Oh, well, at least I had a kid, so at least it didn't make me sterile.
Yeah. But everything's cancerous these days.
Everything's cancerous.
The air we breathe is cancerous.
I feel like every cell phone that comes out that's newer is more cancerous than the other.
Exactly.
So it's a mini nuclear reactor in every cell phone you buy these
It's just
days.
making us stronger. It's making us mutate and be stronger.
Well,
The Black Plague is still around. We're just immune to it.
That's true. Huh? I guess so. Yeah.
It's true, right? We're just getting immune to things.
Until these hipster parents stop immuning their children,
That's stupid
and then all of a sudden we're gonna get like the Black Plague again.
Vaccination.
Yeah, the common.
True, right?
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
If you don't get it, it's just like it's just setting back the world 200 years.
It's
not
also,
vaccinating your kids.
But it's also weeding out the dum-dums.
True. It's getting rid of the
It's
stupid.
kind of sad because a child's dying because of it.
Yeah, but it's their parents obviously weren't that bright, so
True.
There's very seldom you see a smart kid with 2 dumb parents.
True. Yeah.
Then again, maybe,
There's a
yeah, maybe you do have few
There's a few
situations.
that slip through the cracks.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
There are. There's exceptions to every
There is
rule, but for the
exceptions
most
to every
part,
rule.
you're right.
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, are we still watching the Tim Tracker? Oh yes, the Tim Tracker. Susie's arch nemesis,
Oh yes.
Jen Tracker.
But we will have one more show before New Year's, though.
We will. We'll have a show next Monday. So if you are bored on New Year's Eve, I am working. So I insist you come down to the old Margaritas in Revere if you have nothing to do. Hang out with me on the bar. It's going to be a very slow night. I can guarantee that.
Yeah.
There'll be nothing going on. Ooh.
What, you working through midnight?
I'm closing.
Oh.
So I've gotten out of work in a New Year's in 10 years. It's just because my shift never fell on a New Year's and it's been changing.
Well,
So when it's my year, it's like, I'm like, well, I got to work. I mean,
you've been lucky for a long
yeah,
time.
and I need the money.
They need the money, yeah.
Children aren't cheap.
So you'll be ringing in the new year.
I'll be ringing in New
Do
Year's.
they have like a toast?
Yeah, I'll probably, have a toast.
No, do they have one though? Do they
Yeah.
have like an organized thing?
No, not organized. No, it's kind of a free for all.
Yeah.
Prosecco, yeah, I love Prosecco. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll get a bottle of Prosecco, I'll shake it up and spray it over everyone like we just won the World Series.
Actually, the bottle I won in my gift basket in the
Oh, for the shower?
yeah, that's my New Year's.
Oh,
bottle
nice.
Popping. Yeah.
Did he break? I didn't really see what was in that basket.
Oh, dude, there's like pasta, there's like sauces.
Did he break into it?
There was a bottle of wine. Yeah, the pasta and stuff is gone. The wine is gone. But the New Year's, the champagne's
Did
gone.
you use it
That's
in an
New Year's.
episode of your cooking?
Oh, you know. That's the YouTube. That's the YouTube Red channel.
Oh. Then all of a sudden you see Powers in a silhouette in the back.
No.
And he's eating the pasta and he's looking behind the camera.
In a Hugh Hefner robe.
I don't know Eric's bare back. I've seen it a few times. What your back looks like.
There's that growth. I remember in the pool area. You got the thing going on your back. Yeah, dude, get that looked at, man.
Yeah, it is it's like 3-dimensional, right?
A little gnarly.
Yeah.
It's like the moon. Like it's
Hey.
got like a.
Nothing says a good time like the 5-6 of us in a hot tub together when it's 87 degrees outside.
All right.
Now that's a bachelor party.
Some kind of party. I don't know if it's a. What? Oh, that girl. I remember her. Yeah, I remember her. She was with her boyfriend, though, right?
That's right. Well, she was with her boyfriend, but she was talking us up.
That doesn't mean anything. She's just talking.
She was very talkative with Eric.
She's talking.
Yeah. Was he Asian? I can't remember what he was. Was he? There was some kind of.
Some people just having conversations. Not everybody's hitting on you.
I don't know.
Some people just like to have conversations. I know.
She must have dropped something because she bent over. I looked and it was like right there.
That was the same day that Joey went out and bought the. We went on a day drinking spree by himself, and he bought like weird paraphernalia. He bought the glasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I go to him like, "Oh, cool glasses," and
The mustache glasses.
yeah, and Maddie's like, "Well, that's a fake nose too," and I go, "Oh, I didn't even realize it. I thought it was his real nose."
I remember that.
And then he bought a sign that says, "I have nuts" or something like that. What the fuck?
Wow.
Nipples up on the thing for the weight, remember?
Oh yeah,
Maddie was sick too. I remember Maddie.
yeah. Maddie had like a cold. He was like borderline fluish.
She had some weird bug. Yeah.
He didn't because that game killed him. I mean, he probably lost about 10 pounds. That game was it was the hottest game. What 25 years we went to?
About 20, 25 years.
Who knew?
Close to like 110 on the field.
I remember walking into that stadium and I was like, "Remember that? Were you with us? It was me and you, but were you there? The guy with the cheese on his beard?
No, I was saying with Maddie. No, it was me and Maddie sitting up there before you guys got there. Yeah.
Was it me and you?" And this guy comes up to us of a jag.
Shit, we're just like,
And he has literally nacho cheese all in his face. So I'm sitting there. So he comes up to us and he's like in our face, and I look at Eric and I'm like biting my fucking lip because I want to burst out laughing.
Yeah.
And Eric's just like, "Yeah, oh yeah." He's like looking all the way around, not the guy. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, and all of a sudden he walks away. I lose it. I go, "Did you see that?" He's like, "Yeah." Yeah, then we run into him like 20 minutes later. He's like, "Yeah, they're fucking telling me I had cheese on my face."
Freaking Jacksonville and their stupid green.
But yeah, and the hot dog buns that were
Stupid
green.
bun hot dogs.
Looked like they're
Yeah,
moldy.
Stupid.
You couldn't even get drunk at that game.
Well, I only had like two. It was too expensive, too hot. It was
Too hot, too expensive, and then you get those asshole kids in front of us. Oh God, where are those kids now? Probably dead.
I know.
Oh, after the AFC Championship,
Yeah,
yeah,
they won the Super Bowl.
yeah, I know.
I mean, that was the same year they won the Super Bowl.
True. Was that last year? Holy shit,
have
that
two
was last
phones?
year. Yeah,
Oh, you're transferring. Okay, I'm like, what's going on?
he has a side business.
So I can text people like you don't have fucking iPhone.
Yes, he needs the cloud.
Gotcha.
Jacksonville was a great trip. That was a very, very. I would say it was. It wasn't as adventurous as the Vegas bachelor party, but it was very good. It was an adventurous time. We did have a good. Yeah,
Worst traffic.
You
light
spent
ever.
well.
That was New Orleans, I thought.
He did that in New Orleans as well.
Oh, yeah.
He spent way too much time in Savannah and New Orleans.
Yeah, you did.
I should have waited. I should have just.
He almost died
That's
in
right.
New Orleans for being there an extra day.
Yeah, because remember we drove from Atlanta.
Me and
He was
Sue-
already there. We greeted him. Yeah,
When
that's
me and Sue's plane was delayed, we thought it was a sign from Jesus that was we had to go back to find Eric because he was going to die if he kept wandering to the ghetto to find fried chicken.
right. Yes, I remember those texts.
And I go to Sue.
I'm walking on whatever street
You're like-
we're on.
I looked at Sue.
Already
I go,
terrible.
Sue, is this a sign we got to go back to find Eric so he doesn't die tonight? Because he's in.
They must have been afraid of me saying this white boy got balls.
They're probably like, what is this honky doing here in the ghetto looking for fried chicken?
Bulletproof glass.
It's pretty bad.
You just screwed him up.
Like the wildest part.
Yeah, that was-
I looked up gang territories when I got home. And the whole area was just blue.
Yeah.
And the only part that wasn't blue was the state highway.
You could have been someone's initiation.
Meanwhile, he's walking around with a Red Sox hat on.
Yeah, but blood like bead, a red bead on my hat.
No for nothing.
How do you know when the other team scores? What
It doesn't do anything, right?
So
I'm
you-
gonna learn.
So they could just be up 4-0, but they're not.
Is that the
Okay.
Bruins app? So you can turn that
It
on?
was NHL app.
Oh. Oh, I have that too. I don't have that thing though. I should turn that on. I didn't know. Yeah, yeah. Oh shit. That's a fun fact. Suze's app for the Saints goes every time they score touchdown or they get a field goal. It's good.
Touchdown.
Saints.
I've been looking at other alerts too. That's
why. Ooh, other alerts like when he gets a Tinder alert.
I don't even know anymore. What's the in app? Like,
hey, are you still using Tinder?
Like, I feel like Tinder is like so old. There's got to be other apps now that are like
Grindr.
But I'm curious. It has to be something else now.
I'm surprised you haven't turned your Tinder and Bumble on to like 0.5 miles just so you can get broads in the.
But there's got to be other ones out there now. We're so fixated on those ones, but
yeah,
so much time has passed. I don't even know. Eric, do some research.
When Sue divorces me, I'm gonna have to figure out the stuff. So. Look, she's looking at me. She's like, I got the papers in the drawer. Just let me know when I have to sign.
I think you wanted to give the papers yesterday.
Not involved.
Yeah, no comment. No, it could be worse.
Could always be worse.
Could always be worse. We didn't make notice to your Santa hat. We appreciate your festivities.
Yeah, man, it's Christmas. You know, not holidays. It is Christmas.
It is Christmas.
It is Christmas. I hate
it's Christmas.
Holiday shit.
It's Hanukkah. It's Kwanzaa. And today is actually Festivus.
I was work today too.
So happy Festivus to everyone out there.
You know,
Eric, I hope me and you can do the feats of strength tonight for Festivus. We don't have an aluminum pole.
I heard feet. What?
Do you ever watch Seinfeld? The feats of strength.
I've never heard of it, but you can.
Well, if you come to Margarita 3 weeks from Wednesday, you get to do Seinfeld trivia night. So
I would fail. I'd be the worst teammate.
You know, good thing I'm hosting it. Not
if we're gonna do Married with Children, I would ace it.
We're doing. I think I'm gonna do Mary Williams, Married with Children in March.
Oh, I'd be the best teammate.
So I'm doing theme once a month. So it's gonna be Seinfeld in January, Friends on February, and Married with Children in March.
Think they smell a rat, but I know a lot about Friends.
Sue loves Friends too. You guys could be a great team. I come home every night from work. She's watching Friends. I watched probably. The only time I've ever watched Friends in history it's been on the air is with her when it's on. It's actually not a bad show.
I know. I'm in the minority here. I understand that. I'm not.
We could do Golden Girls trivia, just so you can win. I've only started watching Friends when she has it on.
It's not a bad show.
It's not a bad show.
It's not a bad
I'm like,
show.
wow, I never gave it a chance back in the day.
It's not a bad show.
That was a Seinfeld guy. That's why, you know.
But I recognize I'm in the minority here. Both those shows are legendary shows. They're up there.
Do you know they're making a Mad About You comeback?
That's the show I would hope never would.
They're bringing back Mad About You.
It's Stan Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt.
And it's Paul Reiser, Helen Hunt, and then Phoebe, who plays.
No.
Ursula, yes, yeah.
No.
So didn't the last episode they get divorced?
Do they?
The baby's gonna be a teenager because they had the kid because they were gonna get divorced, but then they found out she was pregnant, right?
I didn't watch
that. Well, so was Mad About You. There was gonna be a divorce. Something was going on because I think it was she was trying to get pregnant for all these years and they couldn't. And there was a tension in their relationship, and they were gonna file for divorce because Paul Reiser found out she never got rid of her apartment that she had all those years, but she was renting out. Was that King of Queens?
No.
But all right, but Mad About You was something similar to that though. We have to watch. We have to after
Imagine
this.
how nice it would be to have the kind of money we could have an apartment that.
That's that what it was. Well, a lot of people in New York City will hold on to their apartments because it's rent control, and then they'll sublease them out. They'll never get rid of them.
I get what you're saying. Okay.
So they can rent them for whatever they want, right? Is that how it works?
All right.
To Kramer.
I know that. I never watched
Yeah,
it,
so Paul Reiser's original apartment was rented to Kramer, so it was a crossover of Seinfeld Mad About You.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And then you had the Friends Mad About You crossover because Ursula and Phoebe were twin sisters.
All right, I'm thinking like secret apartment you hang out at when you don't want to go home. That's what I was thinking.
No. So those three shows were all connected. Yeah. And Friends, Wings, and Cheers. I mean, I'm sorry. Frasier, Wings, Cheers were all connected.
Oh yeah. Yep.
By Frasier, he connected they were all in the same universe.
Yeah.
And yeah, Frasier was in Tucket and he got delayed and he was on Wings and it was like, oh, and that's how they led to Frasier. That was the kickoff to the Frasier show from him leaving Boston, heading back to Seattle to his family.
There's a few of those, like I know, like Breaking Bad and the X-Files are connected. They're in the same universe.
Okay.
And there's another show. I can't remember which one it is. I could look it up, but it has to do with the cigarette brand, Morley Cigarettes,
which
isn't a real brand of cigarettes. And it's in
different things.
Those.
Interesting.
You'll see the pack. It says Morley's.
I
So-
feel like if NBC was doing like what? Oh, do you know what of it? Like so, Golden Girls, Nurses, and Empty Nest all connected.
Hmm.
So they're all on
Yeah, I would know that.
on
as
Friday
well.
night TV, right?
Okay.
What connected them was Hurricane Allen that hit Florida back in like the early 90s. They were all living in southern Florida, and there was a connection where someone ended up in the hospital on Nurses from Empty Nest, and then one of the guys from Empty Nest ended up on Golden Girls.
And the
So-
same character? too?
yes.
Okay,
So
yeah,
all
yeah.
three universes are connected in southern Florida in the early 90s.
Y50, MacGyver,
And what Magnum PI
and NCIS Los Angeles.
are all connected. Ooh,
They're doing a great one next week.
isn't that wild?
Since I started watching Magnum, I've wanted to see one with him, with Magnum and McGarrett.
Yes.
And they're doing it next week.
Ooh.
It's hilarious because you know how McGarrett drives everybody's car.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dude in the Ferrari, that's all they show. There's like, he goes, what's wrong? He goes, besides the fact that I'm a passenger in my own car, nothing.
I think
it's
it's.
gonna be a phenomenal two episodes.
I love.
Actually,
Do you have a couple other ones? Yeah.
No, Morley Cigarettes. So technically, the show 24,
Yep.
American Horror Story, The Americans, Becker, Breaking Bad,
Becca.
Beverly Hills 90210, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Burn Notice, Californication,
Okay.
X-Files, Criminal Minds, CSI New York, Dick Van Dyke, ER, all of Frasier, Friends. So that means that connects to yours
Yeah.
too.
Oh wow. So
Frasier, Friends, Morley Cigarettes. Yeah, they've appeared in all of those.
that's awesome.
Lost.
That should be a creative thing.
It is, but
A lot of them, a lot of these
same
people
writers
have
and
worked
stuff,
on
yeah.
the same series. Yeah, so
but it's kind of cool that they all kind of connect. Like for
Everybody from
that's like their little.
been on Scrubs.
anyone who's been a what?
Everybody who was on Spin City was
Spin City was on Scrubs.
Not the same character.
Even MJ,
Orange is the new black.
MJ Fox.
Jesus.
Really?
Morley Cigarettes.
I
And
think Charlie
What was he
Sheen
work? Was he working in a Home Depot at the time on Scrubs
doctor.
in the paint department? And with the joke
Because
because he has
the favorite
pockets.
fake brand of Hollywood. Yeah.
Oh, Morley cigarettes, huh?
Morley Cigarettes.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, that's obvious. Like and like what's the shows that you like to watch? The one that there's one in New Orleans, there's one in L.A., there's the one in New York. What the hell are those called?
Those like CSI.
So CSI, yes.
Yeah.
Those are all
think
connected
those.
because they have like who does FBI full female body inspectors. What show's that on? Skinamax.
Weird that shirt come out. Just thinking of that hell zone.
I'm surprised Eric didn't buy that shirt when we were in Atlantic City. They had one. It was female body inspectors. It said FBI.
I'd like to see somebody go out with that shirt.
I've seen people that shirt and margaritas on a Tuesday night.
Doesn't work.
And it was usually a fat guy wearing a female body
Sounds about
inspector
right.
shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a shirt that I would never buy,
No.
but I thought it would be funny if I did buy
It's
it.
a good gag gift.
It is a great gag
Speaking
gift.
of gag
yes.
gifts, I got my brother a good gag gift. A squatty potty.
Did you really?
Yeah, I got him a squatty
Yeah.
potty. You know,
Actually, but you know what? That's actually not a bad. It's a
no, we all
usable
poop,
gag
and you're
gift.
gonna get, it's
That's
gonna, you're gonna
right.
need it maybe at some point. Have you the commercial for that on YouTube is the most hilarious.
Yeah, we watched
thing.
it last time. I think you
The
were
unicorn? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I showed you. Yeah. So I got him the squatty potty.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did he
Full
like it?
version.
How are you and Misty? How are you and your ex football player brother? You went down to visit him. Last time we last
did.
time you were on the show, you went down
I
to New
did.
Jersey,
We
right?
Had a good time. Yeah.
Nice.
He's good. He's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the holiday season. You seen your dad this week or at all?
He's not gonna be until February.
Yeah. Oh, where is he?
He's lives in Maine.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said you weren't. Oh, you're not gonna see him till
Yeah,
February.
I'm not seeing him February.
Gotcha.
He's
I
not
thought you said
coming
you
out.
weren't gonna be. I thought you said you wasn't gonna be
You too,
home till
buddy.
February.
Merry Christmas.
There he goes. The Powers is going into hibernation till the spring.
Right time too. It's like an hour. Look at that. He mapped it out.
Oh, he's going to get
He's going to
the
see Jeff.
Jeff.
Code name.
Yeah. Jeff's his lover.
Maybe. Code word.
Well, at least he came out of the closet.
It's true.
Oh. It's 2020 in a few weeks.
It's true. We got
anything
one
is
more show before
possible.
then. We
We will.
We'll have one more show.
We only have about 3 more shows left in this apartment. So
Wow.
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's it. It's
Map
this
out,
show.
once we get settled in a new house, how we're gonna do this. I don't know if we're gonna do it weekly, maybe bi-weekly. We'll try weekly. I'll see where it
We'll
goes.
figure it out.
Yeah.
It's not that much more of a
No,
drive
it's
than
not,
we
but
are,
we'll
actually.
see though, man.
We'll
We'll
figure it
see,
out.
you know. I mean,
Different day. Now, once we'll have an actual dedicated space, which would be nice, we wouldn't be in my living room.
I know we can space out a little bit more.
Yeah, it would actually be a space where things would be permanently set up, and like we won't have to actually like.
I have
you
to
know.
just like get away from this.
Sue doesn't have to have her kitchen and living room part of a studio
And
every
there's
week.
bins
So,
all over the
yeah.
place, and like, yeah.
This has been a very uncomfortable last 2 months of our
I
lives.
can see.
Well, because we thought we were moving, and then everything got pushed back, so we already started packing. So it's kind of good that we got a head stop. At the same time, it's like we've been living in pure clutter, and then we didn't expect we have to have the baby before we moved, And then we did, so now we have to
Yeah.
accommodate to him. So now it's like, yeah. So right now it's kind of just like I've given up on the fact of like having an organization at this point.
Yeah, being on top of each other like this isn't good for the psyche. It's not.
It's very
It's challenging. It's
yeah.
going to be challenging. You guys are going to clash. It's just anytime you put anybody, even if you love them together for in like a confined space too long, it's going to happen.
we have a lot of
you know?
human beings in this 900 square foot apartment.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, there's going to be disputes.
But once
right?
we get the
Yeah.
house, it's about 2,500 square feet. And
Yeah.
everyone's spread out and has their own areas, and it's
Yeah.
nice and relaxed. In a yard
And
that you can go to, in
Yeah.
a beautiful porch that overlooks the bird sanctuary.
oh,
It's just a matter of time. So, what is that? A giant pool?
Yeah.
What is that? Look at that. See that on TV? It's an inflatable pool table.
pool game. Yeah, pool table.
Interesting.
Pool table. All right, not a pool, a pool table.
Pool table.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll leave it at this. We'll be here next week. So we have one more show before 2020 and the end of the decade.
I know. Or is it not? It's 2020. This. I believe it's the end of the decade.
So
So
when did-
2021 is the end of the
So
decade.
when did we?
Is it-
When is that first show we did together?
Shit, man, I don't know. I've known you for longer than I remember.
So we're still in this
I
decade.
know you.
So it's still, we haven't had a second decade. It's still been the same decade.
I've known you for at least 10 years.
So
Close
me,
to 10 years.
me and Eric did our first show in December of January of 2008. And then, you didn't come into about what, 2011?
I think maybe I met you like a couple of years after. We'll say 2010, 2011.
2010, 2011. All right, so we've been still in the same decade. So you and I are approaching a new decade
Yeah, I've
together
known
at
you-
this point.
I've known you almost 10.
That's
years.
crazy.
I've known you like 10 years, dude. Time flies.
And you haven't made me a lampshade yet, which is good. So most people
You haven't
make
made me. Hey, like
Well,
I
I
said,
made
man,
you
you
too.
can't, it plays both ways here. I don't know what you were looking for.
No, that is
it
true.
goes both ways. You can't just put this all on me. You
That
do
is-
that all the time.
No, that is absolutely true.
Hey, it goes both ways here, buddy.
Do me a favor. Look into the camera for a second. I'm going to take a picture. Boom. Oh, no, what happened? I was trying to take a screenshot and it didn't work. There we go. Okay, look at the right. Whoop. There we go.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
everybody.
Christmas. And all right, so we'll be back here next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. So everyone have a nice Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, and we'll be back. Anything you want to plug? The Whirlwind Potato.
Yeah, check out the Whirlwind Potato for movie stuff, and
That's
having
it.
a lot of fun. Cool.
And Ryan Glover will be on our show.
At some point.
He will be on. I told him after the new year, he'll be here. So
Nice.
he didn't win the prize this year for the Packy. So you
Nice.
know, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. See you guys next week. Toodles. Bye.